Welcome to the unboxing and setup video for the Epson SureLab D1070 printer. In this video, we'll explore the package contents and walk you through the assembling and configuring of the printer for optimal printing performance. It's important to mention that this printer does not come with ink or paper, so make sure to order these essentials in advance to ensure a seamless setup process. Carefully cut open the box. Remove the cardboard and styrofoam from the top of the machine and unwrap the plastic wrap. With two people, reach into the box and carefully pick up the printer from underneath and lift onto a flat surface. Begin removing all protective wrap and blue tape from the printer. Make note that you will need to carefully remove the paper feed tray and place out of the way to access certain areas where the tape needs to be removed. Remove the protective cardboard from the spindle tray. Replace paper feed tray in the printer. Continue removing all blue tape. Note that the feed tray lifts up and into place to allow paper to feed out properly when printing. Remove the top printer cover to continue removing blue tape from the printer and replace the cover. Make note on the back of the printer where the power cord connects to the printer. Also, make note of the location of the connection ports for Ethernet and the USB printer cable. Connect the power cord, then plug the power cord into a standard 110-volt electrical outlet. Press the power button on the front of the machine. The machine will turn on, and you will need to follow the instructions on the screen prompts to set up your printer. Use the arrows to scroll and select your language, and then press OK. Select your daylight savings time and press OK. Enter your date and press OK. Select your length unit and press OK. It's now time to bring in your ink cartridges for installation. Open the ink panel door and remove the drawer for the corresponding ink cartridge. Remove the white plastic piece from the back of the drawer and place the drawer partially back into the printer. Note that each ink cartridge will have a pre-cut spot on the storage pouch to easily tear open the bag for removal. Go ahead and open the pouch and remove the cartridge. Once again, pull out the corresponding drawer for the ink color you are installing. With the handle lifted, place the ink cartridge into the drawer with the handle on the back side of the drawer. Once the cartridge is securely placed in the drawer, lower the handle and then slide the drawer back into the printer. Now repeat this process for each of the ink cartridges on both sides of the printer, placing each color ink in its corresponding and clearly marked drawer. Note that each ink drawer and cartridge is keyed so that only the proper color will fit into its matching drawer. The machine will now ask you if you're ready to start the initial charging of the printer with ink. Press OK. This will take several minutes. Once the initialization is complete, press OK. Now let's install a roll of paper. Carefully open a box of paper and remove the roll of your selected paper for the printer. Remove the paper feed tray to access the spindle drawer. Slide the spindle drawer out to access the spindle for loading. Remove the spindle. Make note that the blue handles on each spindle cap are locks that allow you to remove or secure the end cap. Remove each spindle cap. Make note of the marking on the spindle indicating loading direction and roll size guide for roll paper installation. Unwrap the roll of paper, removing the white core caps, and place the spindle cap in the paper core and close the blue handle to lock the spindle in place. Flip the roll over and repeat the process on the other side. Now, with the paper resting on both end caps, make sure the end of the roll paper feeds over the top of the roll. Make note of the markings on the spindle as you load the spindle into the end caps. The arrows on the spindle should point in the same direction as the papers coming off the roll, and the blue A4 should be at the back end of the spindle when loaded. Once the spindle is installed, close the blue handles on each end cap and lock the spindle in place. Place the spindle back into the spindle drawer. If it is loaded correctly when the spindle is loaded back into the machine, the paper should be coming over the top of the roll facing the front of the machine towards you so that it can roll down to feed properly into the printer. Feed the lead edge of the paper between the two blue guides at the front of the spindle drawer and adjust the two guides into the side edges of the roll. Then slide the drawer back into the printer. Place the paper feed tray back onto the front of the machine and lift the feed tray up to be ready to receive prints as they come off the printer. Once you have selected the type of paper you've loaded, press register. When you first set up the machine, we recommend doing a nozzle check to make sure your printer is ready to go. Press settings and then use the right arrow to navigate to the maintenance menu and press OK. You will now be given the option for print head nozzle check. Press OK. A nozzle check pattern sheet will print. Make note of the patterns above each color indicator letter, and if there are no segments missing in the patterns, navigate to No and press No. Now press the back arrow button to return to the home screen and you are ready to print.